All right, we're back. We're back. My PC blue screened. All right. We're back. We're back. My PC blue screened. Um, we're back. PC blue screen. Don't really know why. Not exactly pleased about that fact, but yeah, PC blue screen. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. Not a frequent occurrence, I'd gotta say. Oh, well, we'll get back to this. To be fair, I think what I might do is I might try to remake the ship and space engineers again. I tried to make it before, but I think I might be able to come up with a system for entering and exiting it that works somewhat well. Because that was the hard part, was that with a central spire down the middle, it's not exactly easy to get the ship to land somewhere where you could actually get in and out of it. But I think I'll just have to do a sort of ladder system going up the side into the cockpit area when I make a new version of it. But who knows? Maybe that might be the task next week. Or tomorrow. Who knows? Yeah. Gotta love when I blue screen. Absolutely hate that. Alright. How much did I lose? Not too much. Not too much. Alright. We're just going to add these up one layer higher. There we go. We'll just kind of run it this way. I think I need to... Alright. I think this would be what it would take to get this... For the... We want the assault... Yeah, it would have to be this wide just to fit the assault gun on it. Which I do want to possess, though I don't know if I like the look of those sorts of wings. It might work. I might be able to make it work. At this point, this really can't be used for its intended purpose, can it? Oh, it can. Okay. So I might still be able to make this work. Nice. Because that, like the lower one over here, is a walkable trench area. So I want people to be able to walk around here and then also get into the ship through there and right under there. So I guess what I can do is if I do this, pull it back. No. And then maybe... I guess what I'd want to do is I'd want to raise this up by at least a block. So what I could do is I could then use that as the space to raise it up. And then add in the other components necessary. Like that. Yeah. Hopefully we don't blue screen again. That would be very nice. I need to extend it by one more than I thought I did. But then I could do a second assault. And these would be more or less the anti-ship weapons. Yeah. That's not as necessary, but it does look better. So maybe I might switch that to a 1, switch that to a 1. That actually isn't half bad. And actually, now that I think about it, I may be able to make the ship dock here and like take off, maybe? Maybe I could make a ship like that? I don't know. I may at least probably add one more gun to the back. Like one more decent sized gun. Although I also do need to remember to add in, yeah, the other guns, at least more Gatlings, because the one Gatling is not enough. And there's not exactly an area where I'd be easily able to flatten it besides down here. Although I could add, I keep forgetting, this is not done. Although this is going to more or less, if I just come in here, grab it along this line, and then pull it across. Really? There we go. And of course, all right, and then we just use you to finish separating. Okay. Rocket turrets, I have no idea how well my ship's going to handle anything. That's the fun part right now, is that I have no idea how this thing's going to actually handle getting hit. I know it'll be able to dish out some heat at least, but Yeah, because then what I'm going to do is we're going to add in, I think, a sort of stack. Add sort of this sort of look to it. I do that. That really does promote the idea that I add in sort of a Alright, and then maybe adding in other chairs, because this is going to be the cockpit. Alright, so we're going to run this. Good, I think. So we'll run that, and then... Where did I put all those console blocks? There they are, number 9. Console modules. Do is we'll throw on a nice button module. Actually, I think we'll throw on the LCD module. Do we have any 1x1 of these? No. That makes this a lot more annoying. Because if I want to add these... how do I want to handle that then? Because... I suppose I could, in theory, run a... The helm block would work. Yeah. I could operate the helm up front. Right? Because that would allow for... Wait. I've pressed N somewhere. That's not really what I wanted to do. Number 9. So this would basically be your control point, with the windows being... which window set do I want to use? Right, I think there are none of the half windows, but they do have bay windows, so I think I'll replace... Oh, I already have bay windows. What I can do is I can add bay window, blocks like that. There we go. That's your vision. And that's kind of the cockpit from that position. And I think what we'll do is we'll I could actually get 2 helms and here. Where's the middle between these? right there. So I'll just add quickly block there, just so that I can add this. Really? Oh, frick's sake. Okay. Okay. And then we'd have these two, which would probably be set up for controlling turrets. I would want at least 3 more of these. What I might actually do is I might get rid of you, put them instead right there. And these would be sort of your gunners stations. Or actually, would it be better to use... I could actually get 2 control seats. The buggy cockpit doesn't look as good. The standard saddle cockpit's not great either, though. The rover cockpit might work. Especially if I sink them down 1 block. So, like, if I sort of did something like that and then used these like that. Because really I kind of need to throw these here. Good, and then I'll just sort of add these like that. And then we'll just kind of add the layer a bit more. Perfect. And if I simply add in yet another buggy cockpit there. And then we just kind of add in this. I actually think that looks pretty decent. You sort of have your, like, you know, your in seating. And then this would also then allow for adding in the main seats, like the main control. So this would be like your captain's seat. So you'd be able to kind of come around, go through here. Oh, that needs to go 1 block further back. And then you'd be able to get over here. Where you'd get into the control seat. These would kind of be gunnery positions. That'd sort of be your captain's area. And then what I think I might do is... where is it? Here, I could very easily add in on like this sort of height, or even, yeah, I could do something like maybe a LCD, maybe doing like corner panel, then doing like a console button panel, an LCD panel on that side. And so this would be your this would be the helm with all of these buttons, status lights, all that kind of stuff. And actually, I am going to move that one further inward because I think I can make... Alright. So what I can do is I can add a... where is it? It's in 7 and it's 8. Okay, so it's 7, 8, and then I can add you there, you there. Good, I kind of like that look. Perfect, and then I could easily add in a, do I have any LCDs? I don't have any LCDs. LCD. So there's transparent, then there's the hollow. I think I'll take the hollow LCD. And then what I can do is I can just simply add in 2 hollow LCDs there. So you'll be able to see the LCD screens on either side. There we go. And then I can add in I'd have to put it in front, so I'd want to add a layer of blocks. And then if I add in, we'll say... Perfect. So you can see the LCD panel. So you'll be able to see the LCD panel from the seat. Although, to be fair, would the LCD panel look better sitting on the floor? Yes. The panel does look better on the floor. Nice. Alright. So we just kind of have that. Have that. I am going to run... half rounds. And then use... and then we'll use half panels. And then I think what I'll do is if I come around here, these will be filled in. And the other side will be made using... I really have like a very... Come on. Very limited. Perfect. Boom. And then, of course, we would continue to add, I don't know, I'd probably add in at this layer, as it kind of becomes like a standard wall, I think at this section right here, using a half block, double stack high, and then throw on the window. I know, it looks pretty good. We'll add this. Pretty blankly. Adding in sort of a lip right there. We'll do that. There we go. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. Let's... Oh, boy. I forgot something very important. This has to be done like this, so I can't actually get through. So this has to be the cockpit unless I just add in a central seat. But if I want to actually have usable control positions, it's got to be the helm and these. Honestly, that doesn't look half bad. That looks pretty decent. And from this position, I can lower those down. Which means that goes like this. And that means that these are done like this, where the window bay ends up like this. Which, that doesn't look half bad. And I'll probably get rid of this just to be safe, but I mean, that's not half bad. I'd, of course, probably use this to bridge the rest of the space. Alright. Honestly, I think what I might do is I might add extra windows. What I might do is I might get rid of that and I might widen this. Alright. And then I think I will do the window here as well. Kind of at the same level. And then running these like this. And then going and adding in the bay windows. I like the bay windows because they look semi-reinforced. And so from outside, I think that looks good. How does it look inside? Honestly, not bad, because these guys can have that. That's honestly not half bad. All right. I think I'm happy with that design. And so then we move that. Add basically a cover. This is going to end up being the main, I guess, control point. Besides maybe an area a little further down. I do need to add in, I might as well add in some of the doors that I'm going to be using. So we'll probably add in a door airlock. Just kind of dual doors to get into the bridge. Breaking open a hole in this wall. Oh. Not good. But I can make it work by lowering this layer down by 1. And so that the floor layer never actually removes that. And that the door becomes... this area. Rather interesting to be inside of this at this point. As in all reality, I should just get rid of these. Because I could make this work a lot better by getting rid of these and making use of that space. Okay, so those purely connect to themselves. Okay, I can deal with that. If I simply add in the door there, entering and exiting fits so perfectly. And then that can also be another door that I just recess. Because I think what I'll do is I'll add you there, and then use these in the middle. So now you have access outside the ship into what will basically just be probably some rather basic storage area. You know, I don't know what would actually be here. Maybe just storage, who knows? Maybe this area extends ever so slightly. Who knows? Maybe this is the entrance to this floor. Because it'd be big enough to go down to the central area here. And splitting this area in half seems like a reasonable thing to do. Because right now, this is just a large open area. Why is this the hole? Fill the hole. Perfect. Alright. And then, of course, this is the way out. Get rid of the battery. Okay. This space right here is not likely to be used, so I am going to quite simply just seal it off. All right. So we'll just kind of go there. I have absolutely no idea what this actually changes anywhere, but there we are. Now I just need to kind of divvy up this into rooms. Alright. So we'll probably... I'm going to get rid of the central column. I'm just going to make a platform about this scale. Why is it moving left and right? Okay, that was weird. Okay. And we'll just turn this into a big box. That is now the wall. Good. So this is now the wall. And if I just simply add in this, that can now be an entrance and exit way. I don't really know if there's any other reason to go below besides just for a decent hallway. How big are ladders? Because I'm going to need quite a few of them. 5 blocks long, 3 blocks wide. Just wide enough, I think, to have 2 of them either side. But I don't think I'd be able to do anything other. So I'm going to come do it. I think I'm going to go and place you there. Go between here. Good. And then we just drop down the hole. Finish this. And now if I just simply add in the other ladder. Perfect. And then what I can do is add in another 3 wide hole there. And if I open the space to going down and add in the ladder. Need to remove an extra 2 more blocks, I think. Which does mean that you probably need to be pulled backward a little bit, so... Alright. Come on, up we go. And then we just get rid of the floor here. And so now if I add in the ladder here, you can fit. Perfect. And then we'll just situate you, I guess, upward. Z1. Good. Perfect. And so now I can add in the ladder shaft. We will close you off. Again, no idea how the bottom's going to end up looking in the other areas, but oh, come on, really? I can do you, but you won't let me do it the other way around. Alright, and then I just need to close you off. Then close you off. And if I just do... where are the doors? Are you in the right area? No, you're not. Are you the right? Yes, you're the right area. Perfect. And so now you will you can enter the ship from the front, probably around here, or actually, yeah, I think I might have it. So you enter through like these two sides, and this will be basically just a bunch of cargo. So you'll have like cargo boxes in between here, like stacked up on either side. And this would be sort of your cargo deck. Now I can also carry a decent amount of cargo, and now I just need to remember to cap you off. Cap you off. I was right in the way. Of course I was. Cap you off. There we go. And if we just simply run through you, and throw you there. Perfect. And then we'll just simply add a line there, add a line there, and add a floor. And do the same things. Add. Good. Add. We'll go with that height. From there to across. There we go. And then we go to the other side. Add you. Add you. And then we add in this. Perfect. And so with this walkway, what I'm going to do is basically run things like the modular cargo containers, which fit well right here. I honestly think they look better from the side. So I'm literally just going to add 2 of these. that will be that wall and this wall at the very back. It will literally just be one of you and another one of you. That will be that wall. That will be that wall. I need to then connect these up to the rest somehow, probably from the outside. And honestly, I don't even mind if I keep part of the openness to this area. I do think I'll probably add in some kind of bulkheads. You know, you kind of have your bulkheads there. I'll probably add bulkhead there. Add another piece of bulkhead there. Of course, that bulkhead, which leads you into this room, of which you now have this, which will be a, well, I'll just simply, can you, and then which area had vents? I know vents were somewhere. Here they are. So this would be airtight, right? No. Oh, you're also open. Airtight? Airtight. Booyah! Is it airtight without these? It is airtight without those. Perfect. So we can basically leave those like that. Get up here. That would leave you into this section of the ship, in which I think I will... Honestly, I have no idea what's going in this area. I'm half tempted to make it like a big open sort of common area and then just add in some doors there so that we can get to the ships. So I think I'll add in them right like that. We'll just kind of add that. This allows us access to where the ships will be placed. And then, of course, getting up here where... Where's the current level? Right there. This allows access... This allows access to that area. And an area that I'm going to probably need to work more on. We will get rid of you. Where are small conveyors? Naresh, are you still here, or? Alright, and then we'll do that. This will be where we will station 2 of the smaller air vents. Actually, we'll just place it like that. And then we'll run the entire... no. I've since moved into your walls. Aha. Alright. And then I need to really figure out the sort of area that I'm going to have. Okay. So we now have that. We will have this. I am very tempted to use doors like this. So you end up with a door here. We'll end up with a semi-solid wall. I think we'll run, I don't know. I think I'll run standard glass in that area. I still have no idea what I'm doing. By the way, the early access to Apocalypse Express came out. Apparently it has some balances, achievements to unlock, or modules. Another world after the first. Oh, okay. I might check that out at some point. Gee. Oh, I hate glass. Alright, we are going to want the probably 1x2s. And I'll replace the projector with it. And so what I'll do is probably run a, do I have any corners or? No, I don't. Of course I don't. 1x2 face will replace custom turret. So what I'll do is I'll simply use you and then run a version of the windows just like this. And then of course run a then we'll run a bit of a pillar running like this. That doesn't really work. That's got to be an actual block. So we'll run a standard block down. I guess I'll just sort of bulk make a floor. There's going to be a good chunk of this. Okay. And then we will come through sealing this off. Sealing you off. And I will probably end up creating something else. Alright, and then we will, alright, it's at number 9. Good. Ah, that's lovely. G, I need the 1x1s. Panels flat to replace the face panel. And then we need to come around here. Add you. Add you. So now, if I come through here, you can go through here. If I seal that, you should... What? Really? Okay, I guess I just need the inverted as well, the inverted window basics. So we'll go to 9. Inverted window. Double paint it. Inverted window, inverted window. Now will you turn green? No, why won't you turn green? Please don't tell me that it's the freaking floor. I'll try adding in some armor paneling, I guess. No? Fine. What also if I add the armor paneling here? Will that satisfy you? No? Why not? Why did that happen? I didn't press anything. Why is that occurring? God. Okay. Good. So we've got that. I don't... Oh, it is green. It just wouldn't say green while I was in there. That's somewhat upsetting. I don't really know. I guess I could do a walkway up. This is again still an unknown, so what I'll do is I'll just take from here. Do that. I do need to remember that I do need to add on things like the very basics. So we get to go in through there, go down. Let me just add in the panel pieces. Good. Okay. And so I need to somehow make it to here and then up one more layer. Geez, this thing's gonna end up with like 5 or 6 layers. If I do anything with this one, which I probably won't, I'll probably just make it a thicker floor. I might maybe get something in there, but I don't know. It actually... This is going to be a very bad idea, what I'm about to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, where is the end of... Okay. So I'm going to just simply make a hole there. And we are going to add you. Oh, wait. It doesn't get big enough yet. Okay, so we'll have to move this that way. Nope. Do not get rid of anything. I simply want, at this position, a conveyor converter. And then we are going to stick the very highly explosive hydrogen tanks right underneath the control seat. Right next to weapons. You know what? No, I don't think I'll do that. That seems like a really bad idea, and I'm not gonna do that, but I do need to figure out how I want to end this, because what I kind of want to do almost is get it, this layer is still capable of being navigated. I would have to go in one more block, turning this into purely a 5-wide zone. But I am tempted to go like that, because I can still make my way through. And then simply add in a door. Or add in 2 doors, I guess. into this area. Because the idea would be you'd get out here, go here, could navigate your way over there, and could stay navigating this section. However, I don't really know if I like the idea of this being right here. I think it looks quite cool, but as this stands, I still have no guaranteed way up. And as it appears that the idea that I'm going to go with is to run this way. If I wanted to, let's say, I don't know, add in a ladder here, what is beneath me? That is right there. And I would want to keep this height. That is not great. I mean, I guess I could, in theory, okay. How deep does this need to be? I could add this here, but I can't add this here, can I? No. Okay. And what is above me? For frick's sake. What is above? No. Above me. Okay, right above me is nothing. As things go, not great. Let me re-add the other ladder. Wait, what? Why are you now not letting me add the ladder right here? That's fine, I guess. Yeah, and there's no other version, so... This is not great as a space. If I get rid of you... Okay, so I could, in theory, use this to get up into this level. However, ladders are 3 wide. Is this gonna have to be a one-sided ladder, and can you even fit? You can somehow fit, but this will only be on one side, so I guess that's just what we'll have to do. On the ground, please, for sake, fit. You don't fit. Is there any availability for me to remove parts to the ladder without causing issues? Okay, good. I can delete areas without causing too many issues. Good, and so basically we have this right here, which I'm now going to open up. Well, besides that, which we'll just keep low. There we go. Perfect. All right. So this allows you to go down here, which allows you access to this level. which is what allows you access to the maintenance kind of side of the turrets, where you'd basically go out like this, and then you'd be able to get access to the turrets to perform maintenance. And then you'd go inside here, back through here, then through this level. Then you'd travel upward over to this, where you get access to the second level of the maintenance bay. For frick's sake, turn back on dampeners. In which case, seemingly, I will probably add the ladder. Probably at this height, which does guarantee me that I have to have this to at least that height. Which now means that I have to seal you. I am going to run you to this level. And then we get to go add a backstop to this. I honestly have no idea what this is supposed to look like at this point, so that's nice. We then go all the way to this level. I think I will, add this a little thicker just so I can kind of cut a little bit from this level, of course. And then we just kind of add a platform until we can't. Re-add in yet again the roof, which now is once again wider than this is. Okay. I honestly, I don't know. I'm half tempted to add on a gun back here, but I'm also half tempted to just add what is going to essentially just run a fin. I am so tempted to just run a vertical fin. I am so much tempted to just kind of add in this fin for no other reason than to add it. At this point, honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I think that looks really cool. I'm honestly half tempted to get rid of those guns and move the cockpit itself to be wider. I think I might make that cockpit area slightly wider. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because if I look at it from this angle, it almost looks like it should be more T-shaped. So I think I might widen the cockpit area there by, I don't know, 2-3 more blocks. Allow for, more control stations. Because I just feel like it should be wider than it is. So I'm going to get rid of these. Cut that off. Hopefully not cut anything important. Remove this. Remove you. Do the same thing on the other end. Be very precise with my deletes. Yes. Yeah, I feel like this should be, if I just remove this, well, that needs to stay, so we'll re-add you, and I'll hold you, but I think I'll keep it to this. I think I'm going to get rid of all of the rest of the cockpit, basically. Alright. I think I'm going to move the cockpit out to that wide. And so what I'll do is I think I'm going to cut this. Yeah, because then what I can do is I can add on you. These should be at the same level, so if I add this here, add the sort of boundary line. Which I can then use, extend this out to that, and then I can alright, we'll re-add you like that. And so what we'll do is, now that everything is at that level, these use the half block. And so I think I'll add in a half block here. I think I'm going to pull this. Make this a little thinner then. And of course, just kind of do that. That would allow for a 3-block wide space. And then I think I will go with the lower windows at, yeah, I think about this distance. So that space, if I go to 9, we would possess 2 of these. How do I want to set this up? If I do this right, I could have a decent control scheme area. Let's see. We've got the main cockpit area, which I think I'm going to replace with 2. I think we'll replace these with a dual system, so we'll have 2 of these guys. I just need to figure out which seating. The rover cockpit would be the one that I'd be able to use, but what's their sort of view as that location? Bad view. So I'd have to add in I don't know about that. I don't know. I think what I'll do I think I'm going to keep this. I think I'm going to add you like this. And And then I think I will just stick with the helm. So we'll stick with a central helm, I think. We'll just use the we'll use one of these on one side. Yeah. I think I will use you. We'll run the button panels on one side. You right there, and then we'll stick with that, and then we'll just simply alright, and then I think what I might do here is I attempted to use rover cockpit, right? And use 2 indents for the rover cockpits either side. And then make these windows on the sides lower than the front windows. Which, if I do that, how does that look? Right? Because in order to do the idea, I would probably take these 1 block further backward. So we'd probably set it up 1 with the 3 block gap right there. That is exactly how that would go. With probably the middle wall being divvied up right here. Oh. And then we quite simply re-add these. Although I don't actually need these in the other way, so that made no sense. And now, I could have these like this. Oh, that's now way too annoying, so it's got to be... Okay, double doors. I could do that. So you get kind of into the seat there, into the seat there. Oh, it was not end. My bad. Good. Good. Perfect. All right. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to use that as my basis. We'll drop down. I need to exit through the door. And so now, what I'd have is I'd have these be the angled pieces. So we'd run this. Simply run a square locked cover. And then add on the extra overhang. And then we'd simply run. I'm going to run, I think, we'll run these like this. And then I'll put the bay windows in place. And then, of course, all right, does that look better? Let's get the day. Wrong button. All right, let's time of day offset. Let's get the day out. I feel like this wants more to the top. I feel like this isn't bad. I feel like this is pretty decent, actually. I feel like that's pretty darn good for that. I do still feel like I should add in, like, turrets right here. But I can't. It's just too small. I could add maybe one. And I don't really know if that amount of space, because it has to be at least like a 4-block overhang. Let's see. Right? One further. Yeah, that is rather sizable. Which one had these in it? There it is. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that turret works there. I just don't. I don't think these turrets work. Good. Yeah, I don't think those turrets work there. I think if I'm going to add turrets, they could be... I think I can do them here. I feel like this works pretty well. If I added like platforms like this. And then went out. How would those go for adding the needs to be further out by one further block? That's pretty ridiculous, but I can make it look all right. All right. So I add one there and add one there. I feel like that feels much more in line, I think. Although I should also add in a couple more rocket and other turrets. So I think what I'll probably do is... I think I might... add in the final sets of turrets, which will be a... I don't know. There feels like there's supposed to be something on top of this. And I guess I could try to add something to simulate, like, antennas and beacons and that sort of stuff. I feel like there's something that's supposed to be on top of here. I don't know. Maybe I'll just add in a couple of stripes, like running from... maybe running from... And we'll make these half stripes, so we'll use you... Wait, no. Half stripes, I'd use you. And then just use this to create sort of a breakup in the flat surface. All right. I guess the other thing I can do is if I threw on the dual Gatlings, maybe like this. I feel like that fits pretty well. So we'd have 3 Gatlings, a ton of assault cannons. Yeah, and I guess the last thing that I could do is do a sort of raised position. I think going from here to a full block. So adding an entire full block to right here. I feel like that lines pretty well. I think in order to make this work, I should probably use you there, and then, of course, standard blocks. I feel like that kind of works pretty well. I think I'll rotate those. So we're looking for the Gatlings V2s. Like that. It's got a ton of heavy fire, but I don't know if that's too much heavy fire and whether I should add in extra guns. Again, the amount of fire looks good. I don't know. I still feel like... I think I know what I should do. Is this necessary blocks again? That is necessary blocks. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to raise you to this level. And then cap this level off. Using that to kind of do this. And then what I can do is if I extend you, I can probably do something like the missile Was it the missile that is above? Yep, rocket type 2 above with a Gatling type 2, one below. There we go. I feel like that's... I just realized just how much is behind the cockpit. This is beautiful. This ship is so brilliantly pretty, and I love it. Like, it's so freaking smooth. I love it. Okay. And I feel like what I'm gonna end up doing is creating a 3-wide spot. We're gonna use you. And do very similar to the other side. And then I think I'm going to try to create a set of things using these. So we'll run I don't know. I think we'll run 2 of these. And we'll run 2 of those with in the central area using the scaffold blocks to rise up. And then I think we'll run we'll run you like this. I don't think that looks good. I feel like these need to be used a different way than what I'm using them for now. But I feel like I can do something with the beam blocks. Because what I want to do is I basically just want to create sort of a elongated raised section in the middle here. And I feel like I should be able to get something to work well here. Okay, so what I can do is if I do this twice, right, so that's now a full block. And then I'd have to run a we'd be able to use a beam block. I feel like this needs to go down by that 1 block extra. Yeah. And then I think we can kind of go like this. Folding onto it, things like these. Where we'll run a beam block junction. And then maybe using the pillars to run a sort of thing like this. Actually, I could even do a... I think I might just... where is it? They're 9, aren't they? They are. Okay. I think what I might do is I might just add in one more of these. And then use that to use... to go to 7 and to do sort of a double barred one of these. And then replicate it again. So you... a beam block junction. You... a row of beam blocks. Okay, and then we just run these a little bit. Where we're going to run the down portion of this. Boom, 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 boom. And then I can just use things to create things like the antenna dish. Running with, a laser antenna. Actually, I could do something like putting the laser antennae like that. And then using, I don't know what kind of blocks I have to reasonably connect to these. Do I have... I have like a group of these. Perfect. And then what I can do is I can simply add in dual laser antenna. I don't know if this looks any good, but we'll stick with it for now. And then what I can do is I can do stuff like... I don't know, maybe something going along the lines of that way, this way. I have no idea what I'm doing. I am just trying to create something that looks interesting. Maybe doing something... We have the round beacons, so we could do like 2 round beacons and a... Oh, we have these antennas. I forgot that I had these antennas. So what I can do is I can get rid of these. And then stack 2 of these that way. repeat the process on the other side. And there's the comms. There we go. That fills out that space really nicely. Oddly enough, I quite like the look of the kind of rigid section along the back. Though I do kind of want to increase it by yes, my engine's constantly running. I want to do it that way, and then maybe cut you back here. And then maybe cut you to here. There we go. Alright, and I think that looks pretty good. And then I think what I'll do at the very top of that ridge, right simply, is throw on a thing, and then we'll run a ridged rib piece here, and then maybe every once in a while a piece that just goes downward. Why? Because I can, and I think this might look interesting. And then we'll just at the very base of this, I'll rub these. Mostly just because some parts are still visible, and I'd like them not to be. And it kind of helps thicken this up a bit. And then we'll just kind of throw that there, and then at this point use a full brick. Use this. We'll use the bit here. And then at the edge of every one of these, we'll simply use and we'll just simply do that for every intersection. Why? I have no idea. As I feel like it, I guess. And then we'll just simply add the spine piece. And then we'll go over and we'll simply I will use this, the beam block half, to, I guess, add in just kind of a beam every once in a while. There we go, and then we'll just add one there. There we go. Why? Don't know, but I think it looks cool. And when I go through this entire thing painting it, I think it'll be good. And to be fair, I think this looks really cool. I have at least 4 that can shoot in any which direction. Now, the other thing I need to do is just finish all of this bottom section. Because all the functionals, I believe, are there. I believe. Honestly, I have no idea how this is going to look, so time to just start adding chunks of metal and hopes that it looks good. I have no idea where that was covering, but sure. I'm sure that this will not be a problem later on. Good. I'll get rid of you. Alright. I'll be honest, I haven't the slightest idea what I'm doing. Oh, right. I forgot. I have an entire section that I can use for fuel storage. And this area beneath here. I'll probably use this section for more thrusters. Probably another gap section for thrusters. Oh, right. I also need to connect the thrusters that I have right here, so I will probably use conveyor converter and slap these on these. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing, so we'll find out together, I guess. Are you in line? No. You are not at all in line, so I'm going to have to fix that, I guess. Which will be fun, I suppose. Adding these until we get to the very end where we switch over to C's. Still have no idea what I'm doing here, but that's fine. That's kind of the fun of this at this point. 90% of this is still not used. I should probably transition into spectator mode so I can add some things. But that is now at least some cargo on this thing that was intended to be a light explorer vehicle and has now turned into a fairly decently sized cruiser. I love the way that this looks. I still have no idea whether these wings will stay at the thickness that they are at. I also have no idea what I'm doing there. You know what? I guess what I can do is I can replicate sort of an internal, not with those, with the light blocks. Sort of replicate a version. Wants to build small, builds massive. Right. Did it again. Yep, that is the way that this happens. Almost every time I build, it's always, well, this turned out bigger than I had anticipated it to be. Alright, so now I just get to throw together this fairly basic thing. That way everything can be just where is going to be available and where's not. Good. All right. And we just sort of fill this in. All right. There we are. And now I guess I just get to fill this in. And now I know where the frick the bottom of the ship is, and I can design the rest of it later. Oh, right. I forgot that I built it this far forward. That's really not feasible, but I will do what I can to make this work. All right, and then I'm going to cut you from there. There we go. And then we're just going to, I guess, run this with its singular point. And then, yeah, that is the point right now. Where we will then drag out this. I now somehow have to get this to make sense. Somehow. So much of this is going to be connected so poorly. All simply so that part of this might look okay. Because somehow all of this manages to be in the same area. I still don't have any actual area for people to just walk into the ship. Although, to be fair, this is about 20 times larger than the intended vessel I thought I was going to be making today. So, you know. I don't even know why I'm curving part of this, because the curve isn't even seen. All right. I don't know why this is built like this. Da-doo, 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 da-doo. All right, let's see. I guess we'll fill in this hole. Ba 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 da ba 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 ba. We'll kind of come forward. We'll run it pretty much straight down. Drop quicker. And then we're just going to run it this way. We'll run it this way. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we'll figure it out, I guess. We'll just kind of come down from here, I guess. All right. I don't know if this looks good, but I will try my best to do it. Do, 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 do. That has to be filled in. Uh, all right. Somehow this all will fit perfectly fine in the end. Somehow. I don't quite know how yet, but we'll figure it out, I guess. La la da ya da 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 da. Alrighty. I have no idea how the frick I've managed what I've done. All right. Alrighty. All right, and then I'm going to just simply seal you. Drive this further back. There we go. I have somehow managed to do something. Right. Alrighty, and then we'll... There we go. This is such an odd shape to work with. Do 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 do. All right, and then we'll kind of pull this. I guess that will work. I haven't the slightest idea what I'm doing. All right. don't really know what shape I'm doing right now, but we're working on a shape. Alright, I will literally just do that. Alright. And then I am just going to run you for a little thick. This one will go forward. Up a bit. And then we'll just kind of pull you into place. And then that's pretty much the rest of that. Perfect. Honestly, this looks interesting. I don't know where to put an entrance if I add an entrance to this thing. I suppose I could put an entrance to the side of it. Keep that more or less flat and then kind of do sort of a small pull down at the very bottom. Could do that. So I guess I'd want to add in a door here. And then I guess create... How wide does this ship end up getting? I don't know. I'm just going to create a tunnel about... Alright. It'll just be more or less 5 by 5 rounded cube. Right? Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. Okay, I guess I need to, if I make it a 5 by 5 rounded cube, I need to, do it this way. Oh, wait. That last row is a no. And rounded cube in place. So we now have 2 of these rounded cubes with, I'm going to assign a 3-block space like that, and then I think I'm going to get rid of you, run from at this position, and close that up. Perfect. Then I'm going to use this. There we go. Perfect. I still have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but we at least now have an entrance. I suppose I should add this there, though I guess if this is the wall, to at least some degree, then that goes all the way to this level. Oh, right. I only have those thrusters there at the very front. I think I can put them right here as well. These are the industrial ones because... I guess just because. 6. Somehow this will work. I really like if I could breathe again. I really hope that this is... Yep, this is exactly the level that the other side is. Tells me all this needs to be expanded by at least 2 if I want it to stick out at all. And then we do this. And this thing, honestly, I suppose what I could probably do is put, I don't know where I want this thing to be connected to other grids by. I guess adding a side connector would be pretty good. So, I don't know, maybe adding in a piston and a connector. I know I want to add a connector probably at the base, because who knows how this is supposed to work. Here we go. Add in a slight inset. Add in the door. I honestly have no idea where we're putting the landing gear for this thing because we're going to need quite a lot of them. I suppose I could do something like this where I put landing gear in a strip like that there, and then requires a lot of landing gear. I'm not feeling the landing gear in that position. I do know that I do want to add in another set of thrusters to this bottom layer. A little closer together. What's the distance between thrusters right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in between. So if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay. Add in between thruster sets, there are 2 walls. So 2 walls. One of these connect cargo containers. And then another 2 walls. Putting the thrusters needing to be at about that distance away. And what height do these need to be at? Alright, so... Wait a second. I just realized I could do something fairly usable. Where the frick are cargo containers again? I could do this. At the very least, I can add in another 2 thrusters here. However, by doing that, that does now require that I basically make a bit that kind of comes like this. And then add 1 more here. I guess I'll just kind of add in sort of a bolted on thruster set, I guess. There we go. And then, of course, using this to sort of create a problem. I'll show some of the thruster, but not all of it. And then we'll throw together another bit of wall. Good. Good. And then we just cover this. Cover you. Cover that. And cover that. Perfect. And that doesn't look too off base right now. I do still need to figure out how I am choosing to end this layer. Honestly, I might just choose to throw more fuel tanks in this area. I know it's probably a bad idea, but if I just shove fuel tanks in this area, and then we can make this a flat area and then throw some more thrusters over top of this. So we'll just add in I will quite simply add one of these per, and then we'll throw one of you on each. There we go. And then we just quite simply throw together a basic box. And then we quite simply just throw together, again, the finish of the basic box. And then we'll also use some of the... Where the frick are ions? They're the ions. Alright. What we'll do is we'll do dual, yeah. These, I think I'll use sci-fi ions. And then the last set will be these ions. Perfect. Yeah, and then I'll just quite simply do something like this. You're on a base 3 wide, just up through the back. And then I will add some other designs as this 3 long dip basically continues until that, where it raises into there. I think one other thing that I'll probably end up doing is building a ramp and then a door here. So the ramp will actually I might be able to make the ramp merge without doing that, which would be great. Yeah, I kind of want to add a ramp that basically connects to this and then just folds down and merges so that this area also is finally set to atmosphere available. But that'll be a later thing because holy I still have so much more to add to this vehicle. All right, so we are going to quite simply I am quite simply just going to add that. We are going to quite simply add that. Come on, let's get you in there right. No, for frick's sake. All right. So, honestly, leaving that a little bricky, I don't mind. I do need to then somehow manage to connect everything together, which is always a fun task. I can pretty simply add you. There we go. That works pretty well. Trying to do something like that. That works pretty well. I still need to connect all of this, which probably I should. Quite simply, I think I'm just going to run you down like this to this level. Three. That. And then we'll just connect you to that. Good. And then we just simply need to throw things together. Good. There we go. We'll simply run you like this. Boom. And then we'll run you. Z. I really hate moving when I do that. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll just simply use you, pull you back a little bit, fill in that hole, do this. And then we'll just simply pull you all the way. And I can pretty much allow you that at least up until this point. Because this is pretty easy to do in this capacity. Good. 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 And then we'll just kind of build this. I'll do that here. Then we'll go that there. So now this continues that way. You continue this way. And then we just kind of get you to come into play. Good. And then I also need to fill in this, which really is going to be some fun. Good. Okay, and then I need to quite simply allow for certain of these connections to continue longer than I would have otherwise. All right. Good. Yay. So now if I simply build this. Yes. Very fun. I need to move you back a little bit more. Which inevitably means that you, that way, you, that way. And then we'll just simply do that. There we go. Oh. Okay. Okay, now we just need to figure this area out, which more or less means that I'm going to do this. Where these are, I want to do that. Then on the other side, we do this. This goes to one beneath that. Then we do that. We repeat the process all the way across. For the sole purpose of making sure that angles were done correctly. Alrighty. And so now what I can do is, in the areas with the thrusters, I can basically simply just do this. You go down. And form a wall. Where is part of the wall? You form the wall. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing in any of this area, so we'll just wait and find out, I guess. I misplaced by a single block. There we go. Oh, come on. Dang it. Alright, let's see here. We want right there. Perfect. Good. And then what I'll do is I'll simply throw together my favorite version of the flame plume area, which is to do this. Good. Now, I need to do that with with those ones, with these ones. Good. And then we want to use good. We'll do the same thing over here. Good. Good. And then we simply re-add the rest of the thruster plumes. Our wonderful thruster plume, nozzle thruster areas. I don't know why, but for some reason, this is how I always do these nozzles in any of the ships that I make. And then I can quite simply throw on, if I desired it, which I kind of do, throw on like a yeah, and honestly I have no idea what we're going to be doing in this section, whether I want to throw in more of these or what. I could add 2 more of these. Let's see. What would that look like if I added 2 more of these? We'll do that on both sides. So we'll come there, go to this height. Good. Honestly, I don't think this looks bad if I did it this way. Do a couple exposed cargo containers either side. The sort of angle would be fairly easy to match, I guess. We'd want to go to the front of the vehicle for the angle. And the angle is this. All right, too wide. All right, too wide. Too wide. And then we simply all right. We simply do that. Then do that. Adjust accordingly. I'll probably have to add more detail to this at a later date, but I think we'll be able to do at least a decent amount of testing today. Well, sure, we'll do it that way, I guess. It was at the final block level. Uh-oh, I did it wrong. Good. Good. And simply add that, then do this. There we go. And that's the smoothness of that. Is that the rest of the thing finally finished? I think so. I think besides just adding stuff in open space, I think this is it. Which does now mean I need to add on the things like, you know, a connector, which I think I'm going to add on, where do I want to add the connector? I think I'm going to add the connector right here. So I just need to get this plumbed into something. And we'll, of course, use the inset connector. Very bottom of this. Perfect. Good. And then, of course, I will run a camera. Which I will, you know what? Nope, camera right there. Perfect. And then, do I have any lights? I do have some lights. All right. I have floodlights, though I don't know if I want to use floodlights for this. Ah, there's some offset spotlights. Then we'll do it this way. And then where do I want to throw the think I will throw the landing gear. I think I will throw as those two right there. One more there. We are going to really make sure that this thing has ample availability on landing. What? Oh, that's why that's like that. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now we get to add on the thruster covers for the bottom thrusters, and then we will be ready to call the actual building process done at that point. Oh, I don't like not being able to see. Good Lord. All right. These thruster plumes will do decently. All four of our major thruster packs are in position. Granted, at some point, I'll have to make one of these that is actually done properly. All right. This will be the good. What will be really annoying to handle after this is to go through all the internals and basically do the one thing that will be necessary with every internal, which is going to suck, but it's got to be done. Good. I love dealing with the thrusters. Alrighty. I imagine this thing does not fly very long on the amount of hydrogen that it always possesses. But that's fine because I can fix that at another date and time, another date and time, another date and time. Alrighty, there we go. Alright. It is now time for the main test. Just to come over here where I can go down this hole. What? Why am I stuck? Really? There we go. Go on through here. Go up the ladder. Oh, for frick's sake. Alright. Control. Mag. Large magnetic plates. Landing. Here. Save. No auto lock. And if I just type in land. Oh. Why is that? The ship flies. All right. Which means that it is time now to cut off you. Throw together the throw together that. There we go. And then we'll just quite simply do that. Do that. And run. These like this. With a fairly basic boom. Here we go. All right, now let's get this into space and test it in space. That'll be the final test of today, getting it into space. Good. Get up to the top. Get down from the ladder. Oh boy. Well, that's not good. What's burning off? I have no idea. Honestly, no idea what was burning off. Honestly, This is beautiful. This thing's such an interesting ship design that I've not made before. And I think once I kind of decide how I want to do the smoothing, this will be a really nice ship. Alright. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this thing is... This is a beautiful ship. I think I'll probably create like a little thing right where it kind of, the panel kind of hops up, where I might add in another gun. That, or maybe even just adding the name of the ship. And maybe a window or two, but I think it's a pretty good ship so far. In terms of weapons, I think it's got plenty enough weapons. I love this. Just need to kind of do the bottom a bit more. Honestly, it's going to take forever to do the other part, so I don't know how long I'm going to try to do that for, or how I want to do it. But hey. It looks amazing, at least as far as I'm concerned. It definitely needs more power. But I like the way like the laser antennas look. That kind of ridge down the back is very cool. I'm so happy with this design. There's a bit more I need to do with it, but I think that'll probably be the end of the stream for tonight. Once this thing gets all the way into space. Yeah. I definitely think I'll try to do something to kind of create sort of holding, showing, like something to show the holding of the cargo containers. But honestly, I think this is a beautiful ship. I do need to take a final dimension for the ship though, so we'll probably do that. Because the outside, at least in terms of blocks, I think is roughly done. We'll do some finer shaping later, but most of that'll just be, you know, rough approximations and rough shapes, but yeah. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way this looks. I can only imagine basically just copy this into large grid, and you've got yourself like a huge just carrier vessel basically. Like you'd have a fairly decent carrier if you just scaled it up. All right. Yeah. Honestly, this is beautiful. I think just doing a little bit of painting and throwing on some other colors and shapes, and we'll be done with this ship. Oh, I'm so happy with this. And, we have all of the custom turrets. Shoot, I pressed the wrong button. But yeah. This ship will work well for my survival world to be able to get me into space and to be able to handle most threats. And we are so beautiful. I do want to look at a probable or close to final block count. And then compare it to the size of the Volcora. Or even, what was the other, light ship that I made? I can't remember. Either way, I should be able to find them. I do need to come up with who owns the different vessels so I can build ships in the same style and remember who's the owner of what. But yeah, I'm actually half tempted to, when I make a larger version of this, to split the top plate into like 2 or 3 and sort of almost create like these diamond-esque shapes. I think that'd be awesome, honestly. But we're almost into space. And yeah, I definitely like the way that this looks. It looks like a warship without being armed to the teeth like everything else I build. And I like the fact that there's still areas where I could have like a military version where you maybe have an extra set of guns. Maybe you have a civilian version where I take off the guns. And I like this. I like this ship a lot. It's so good. I love it. And the way that the side wings almost look like bird wings when they go for a dive just adds to the appeal of the ship. Like this complex shape. This is beautiful. I'm so excited to finish this and then post it to the workshop. Because none of the other ships that I've made I think are worthy of workshop. But I think this one's worthy of the workshop. Especially once I finish painting it. It'll be so beautiful when it's done. Oh man, I am so excited. Alright. We should now have about enough forward momentum to carry us all the way into space and onto the sort of just movement speed of everything. And then I will test, things like acceleration, acceleration, dampening, how fast we go to down, all those different ones, how fast we stop, and just kind of give a relatively decent estimate on how this will do. What I might need to add more of. I think I will probably need to add a few more, a few more other stuff, though. I think I am probably okay-ish for some other stuff. Good. Alright, so how quickly do we slow down? Not very. Should probably add some extra slowdown thrust. Alright. Yeah, I don't slow down very fast. Alright. I'd say probably, I don't know. Yeah, definitely don't slow down very fast, but that's alright. Alright, so now we're stopped. How fast do I back up? About probably 10 meters in about 5 to 6 seconds. Forward, I'd say we'd achieve full speed in just very quick. Good. Yeah, we really need to work on our slowdown, but our thrust, our forward thrust is great. You know, because the entire back half of the thing's thrusters, basically. Right. How's our sideways? It's not bad. Up. Up is very good. And our downward is also not bad. Alright. So I think just try to do a little bit better on the backing up. And then let's get some final... Alright. Good. Climb down. I love it. I can basically climb down the entire ship. Good. Yeah, there's still a decent amount of finishing up to do, but all in all, I think this can actually be done pretty easily. Alright, so let's get a final length. I'm gonna lag so freaking heavily trying to get the length. Please stop lagging so I can actually see what I'm doing. God, I hate the lag. Because the problem is every time I get the freaking thing into, okay. Uh-oh. What? Wait a second. What? There's no way that's accurate. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to... So that says 85 then. Now, I know that the central thing is 1 over. $95. Okay, that's really not helpful. So it looks like I'm doing this the hard way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate this so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 2, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 8, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 8, 9, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 112, 11, 12, 13, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 20, 21, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 8, 139, 140, 150, 160, shit. Okay. For fuck's sake. Why will it not tell me? How? Okay. If I use U, that will mark its y-axis. Okay. So, how many large blocks? You know what? I'm just going to do this. Okay, we'll just do it this way. 1, 2. All right. Good. Just a little bit further deep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 3, 44, 45, 46, 7, 8, 9, 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I'm just doing it. I am going to go all the way across, and then I'm just going to quite simply choose to count 10, and then paint a different color. Count 10 and paint a different color. That way, I can actually deal with this problem of dealing with how freaking large this stupid thing is, because this is annoying to try to figure out. This thing is far too large, and I am bad at counting and remembering where I'm at. I know this thing's huge. Jeez, this thing is so big. Ridiculous, the size of this thing. Say, why do you do that? Okay. 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 Okay, perfect. This thing is as big as the big this thing is as big as we need. I will use this red color. Every 10, I will mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one. Default. Back to the highlighted red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, what the frick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. These are roughly at 10 each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That can't be right. Okay. That can't be right. This thing literally can't be over 200 small blocks long, can it? I mean, it can, but that's a lot larger than I thought it was going to be. It is 226 long. Holy. 226 small blocks long. And then it gets to how wide? We'll just go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put a knob on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would be 61 across, I believe. We are above 61, but by how much? Alright, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We'll say that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 8, 9, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 37, 8, 9, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 44 times 2, is that 90? Wait, what? Okay. 10, 20, 60. Oh, that's 80. About 85. So yeah, about 85-ish. No, about 90. Just about 90 across. So it is roughly 90 across. And then as it goes for height, I just would like to do this. We are just going to simply go down what's it, 80 by, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 from the top, and about how many from the bottom? For some reason it's connected here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Right. That's nice. Alright, so it's about 5 from the bottom and 10 from the top, so take 15 from whatever height this stick is. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So that's the amount that's being gotten rid of, so whatever's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So it is roughly, as I disconnect from there, and I disconnect from there, disconnect from here, it is roughly 100, it is roughly 220 by 90 by 40. So I am going to go and I am going to do this. Control P. So that is making a blueprint of the current grid. And I will rename. It is not small grid. It is in fact. Alright. I will call this the large small grid. We'll just call it large small grid cruiser for now. Cruiser. I know that's not on that's frigate. There we go. Frigate. Large small grid frigate. And then we just simply need to go refine the large small grid frigate. Alright. Where is it? Oh. Large small grid frigate. Wait a second. That's not the name, is it? How do I edit? Is that something that I can only do? Okay, alright, then I'll rename, L L2 20. So we'll say leg, we'll say 225. If I remember, width Width was 90. Height was about 44. Good. There we go. That way I don't need to retake those measurements again. Alright. Alright, I think I will call the stream there. I'd like to thank you all for coming out and watching. If there's anything that you wanted to have me check direction, that would be the time to put it in there. But besides that, I'd like to thank you all for coming out and watching. I will be right back, and then we'll put it over to the end screen, or I'll move it to the end screen, but I may come back if there's something else, but we're moving it to the end screen now, so thank you all for watching. This is probably the end, unless Rush says anything, so thank you all for coming out and watching. Captain Andrew Access. Signing off for now.